Hello there. I am live for the hour. I'm giving mini readings. I'll just set this up a bit better. There we go. Giving mini readings. I'm on YouTube as well tonight. When questions come up, they come up. For those of you that are attending one of these for the first time, I am reading with tarot cards, and it's an opportunity. I'm here for the hour. Opportunity for people to present questions that are maybe taking up some of their mind, emotions, and so on. You know, things that are just wrap themselves around us and stop us from enjoying the day, enjoying the moment, and so on. And so that's why I do it. You know, when I started going for readings years ago, enjoying that, I didn't necessarily always want lots of questions. Maybe a couple of things I needed to know, wanted to know, and so that's why I do these. That's why I do these sessions on Monday. Now, I have had a couple of questions come in already. I do see questions there now, and Qigong and Marcella, and Michelle, hello there. I will get to you next, but first of all, a question from Frank. Let me just turn this down a bit. I've got like 3 computers around me. This is so unusual. All right, so here's a question for Frank. Okay, Frank, so what I want to say to you about your connection to spirit, because I understand how you're feeling about that at the moment. The first thing I want to say to you is that a relationship with spirit is like a relationship with a person. It's a back and forth, and you listen, and you offer something to it, and you listen, and you wait, and you respond. And there's the medium of communication from each of us to our spirit. And I don't mean like medium, I mean it's been happening since you set foot on this earth. You know, connection with spirit. You wouldn't be alive if it wasn't the case. Your connection to spirit can't go away. It literally can't go away. It's not possible. So, to help you kind of return to feeling how you want to be feeling, Frank, think about how you would be with your best friend. Your very best friend, male or female, doesn't matter. Your best friend who you know always has your back. How you feel when they walk in the door, you smile, and they smile, and a new energy is created when with the two of you together. That is you and spirit. Spiritual connections got all like, the idea of it, the notions got all mangled, you know, with the new age faddy stuff, right? And if you see me as in that way, then fine, see me in that way. But there's the idea that we reserve spiritual connection for the group or the workshop or the reading or something like that. And no, it's going on all the time, all the time. When you wake up, when you go to the bathroom, when you're driving, it's all there. And so your best friend would be able to talk to you at any time, wouldn't they? Because they're your best friend. Consider that for spirit, Frank. Second thing I'll say is, it is returning, okay? It's funny, I hear the word turning, and so the earth has to turn a little bit for that to happen. You just get your rest, okay? You just get your rest for now, Frank. And don't worry about it, because worrying is, as you well know, worrying is doing the opposite of what you want it to do. Now, and I get that it wasn't caused or created by the personal thing you were going through, or whatever that was, Frank. So just know that this is completely natural, normal. You haven't done anything wrong. It will return. It will return, and you are, Frank. You are deeply and dearly loved. Yeah. Okay. All right, Kelly. really, from what I'm seeing here, I would say it's time to move on from this relationship, and I'm sorry. Okay. All right, Chi-Young. You see how I smiled there, Chi-Young, right? I have a lovely reading for you today. To see you're on point, you know, none of the, I think there was daydreaming stuff or whatever a week or two ago, none of that here. If I can just say one thing to you, it is share yourself, offer yourself, right? So I don't know if you and I have ever talked about this, but I get the feeling that you may be gauge this environment and situation that you're in before you offer yourself to it. And actually what I'm seeing here is, you know, give yourself first. Let people make up their own minds, you know. You're being drawn to levity, to play, to sharing yourself. Something I found when I started to take my spiritual path seriously is that you start talking about some of these things and everyone's got their own story. Everyone's got their own story of that strange thing that happened, that funny thing that happened once upon a time. Everyone's got one. And it's really interesting to see people volunteer that, to observe in people's eyes that they feel safe enough to talk about something they've not really ever been able to safe enough to talk about before. And that's what you can give to people, okay? You're on track, I'm just looking at the next week here, but you're on track. Bring some fun in. Yeah. Astrologically, it's an interesting week for communication, and what I'll say about this is to you all. What I'll say about that is the people that you feel comfortable talking to in any case, you know, that really opens up this week. The people that you're not sure about, you know, this is the week where you might put your foot in it, or what's the expression? Put your foot in your mouth. Something like that. An interesting week for communication anyway. But with the people you're comfortable with, Chi-Young, be you like never before. All right, Marcella. It's been so long since I read for you, Marcella, but I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. I feel you going a little cautiously at the moment. Maybe you feel like you've been rushing something more recently, but I see you walking a little cautiously. I just want to say, right now it's looking great. As I'm looking ahead, and by the way, anyone that's watching this is not always the case, right? This is not always the case. In the reading I did for Qigong, not always the case. But for you, I'm looking at the sun as an outcome here. The sun always lights the way. It's always a wonderful, beautiful guiding presence, okay? For right now, the Six of Wands it's a successful card. It's like seeing in fact, I've got two of these here actually, the Three and the Six of Wands, which are about reaping what you sow. There's a good cliche, reaping what you sow, seeing the fruits of what you've labored, but getting the reward for putting something in. That's generally it. So I see you walking cautiously at the moment, but you know what? That's great. That's great. That's great. I've always felt slow and steady wins the race. And for you, Marcel, that I'm seeing here, I would change nothing. I feel I've said that before. Okay. Michelle. Yes. Wow. The particular way I've done a spread here, Michelle, all of the cards around you that I'm looking at, they're all majors, all about direct influence of spirit. When something like that comes up, the first word that I usually want to say is surrender. Okay, it's we try and place our own stamp on our actions. Because we want to feel like we're in control, right? We want to place our own stamp, and it doesn't often yield that. And I'm seeing the push-pull of that here. So, just a second. There's more here than I can really explain in 60 seconds. So. What if I said to you, Michelle, that something you're just starting now is going to turn out really well, okay? What if I said, I do see that. And that forcing and rushing and pushing it won't work. It's like you can, I don't know if you ever saw the first Cars movie, the Pixar movie, but he tries to pave a road really quickly because he's a race car and he can do that. He tries to pave a road really quickly and just completely messes it up and has to dig it up and start again. And that's what I'm kind of seeing here. I was just speaking with someone, just read for someone, and getting this sense of cautiousness and one step in front of the other. Okay, and that's what I'd say for you. There's a big energy behind you. Okay, really big. There we go. Big energy behind you, and if you let it just nudge you, instead of trying to run ahead. This progression I'm seeing from just starting something to having this whole foundation. Let me, if you want a card to think about, Michelle, this wasn't the one about you, but it was a flanking one. I'd say it's the Hermit. You see, look how, there we go. Look how it's shining the light down on the path. And so in some respects, the only thing you need to know about is what is the next thing to do. Okay, I like this card. I like the card Hermit. That used to always show up for me when I was younger. You don't need to see that right now. Okay. All right. Okay. Next question. This is Valerie. From your mother. Okay. She's wondering if a spell or energy work of some kind was done on your brother. Okay. I get a no on that. So I get a no on spells and curses and that sort of thing with him. No. With him, he's very much got his own path to walk, okay? And I see that maybe he distances people from himself and him from people. He's got a big heart, right? I don't know him, but that's what I'm seeing. He's got a big heart and has not had many opportunities to safely open that around people, especially with males. And so he's got these like conflicting. Natures, right? One is the one that just wants to open up. The other is the masculine thing like that, and they're not playing well together. They're not playing well together. So just really what to say is he's got his own journey with that. You know, I really believe we choose the coding that we have before we come into this world. And I'm saying that as a dyslexic, okay? Plenty of times in my life I would have loved to be able to read better than I can or have. But I want to say that no, there's nothing there's no like negative influence on him if that's what you're seeing. I'm not picking that up about him. No. I hope that supports you, Valerie. Kathy, you're looking to transfer to a new job in the same company. Is this a good move for you? Okay. Oh, this is right down the middle, Kathy. Gosh. I do see you working through quite a bit of stuff there either way. It does not seem to. Now, this will happen sometimes. I don't get this very often, Kathy, but it doesn't make the greatest difference in terms of life path lessons, flow, or anything like that. We got a few issues with one. We've got a few issues with the other one. If I'm pressed for a direction, I would say it looks a little better, slightly better to move into this new position than to stay in the one that you're in. Neither are without their niggles, but I prefer the reading of you moving to the new position, transferring to the new position. Yeah. Good. And I wish you the best with that. Right. Teresa. Like information on a career. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing you pretty dissatisfied at the moment. What started as a good opportunity doesn't feel like it in this moment, but I do see that changing. I then asked about you making a move, okay? And at this point, of course, I don't know if you're talking about, if we're talking about changing, company, changing trade or career, okay? But I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a change. Like I'm seeing that you want to change, and a change would really would really support you and your career path. I am very interested when I see things like this in a reading. I'm going to try and explain this to you. Here we go. This card here is the This card here is the High Priestess. No, this one. Sorry, I'm doing this backwards. That's the High Priestess. Very much about flow of intuition, and I'm very happy when I see this show up for females. And this is the card of the Lovers. Not about human, physical, romantic love, but you can see the sun and the moon there. And I'm very glad when I see that show up. I had a reading the other day when it did. And so that's showing me whatever it is changes that you're looking at or contemplating, because I feel you are, is that type of balance brings growth with it. It's really good, really good. So I hope that supports. I do see you're a little dissatisfied, disgruntled, despondent at the moment. That will change, and well, I'm not going to repeat myself. Repeat myself. Okay. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Wendy. Okay, Linda. Reading about eye surgery in the future and time frame. Okay. Do get the sense of not yet, okay, Linda, with the eye surgery. Let me have a look at timing for you, all right? I like the look of next year better than this year. If you have an opportunity to do it next month, that's looking pretty good. I do like how the energy opens up from December though. So I often see things like this where there's more than one window of time. So if next month is not a possibility for you, then I would say leave it towards the end of the year and into next, okay? And thank you for your question. Okay, Brandy. Brandon, so as the cards come down, just getting this feeling of a real heart opening here, okay? And Right. The question I was about to ask out loud is, well, something's about to move quickly. What is that thing that's about to move quickly? And I feel like there are some things that you've been, I'm going to use the word angry about. If I had more time, I'd refine that a bit. And let's just say angry about, frustrated about, and also some things that have just been like pushing you. So not angry, but some things like testing, pushing your boundaries, as it were. That's moving. That's moving. I don't know. I'm now losing track. I've said to one person already this evening about the balance of the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine. I'm seeing that for you here as well, in a different way. But really, crux of what I'm saying here, Brandy, is you're feeling strong to me. You're feeling strong, and the weights on you, the things that have like been weighing on you, it feels like they're lifting. So if there's like something general I have to say to you about that, it's, and I'm probably not going to get the chance to say this again tonight to anyone, is take some risks. Yeah. Take some risks. If only everyone took some risks every now and then. Calculated risk, educated risks, okay? On what you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have, okay? Because you've got the universe, how does this work? The universe abhors a vacuum. And so if you remove something, the universe is then going to fill it with something, isn't it? Because that's what it does. That's how it works. So with these things moving quicker, alleviating you, so to speak, I like that word, give the universe a bit of a jab, okay? Step up, step out, speak up, speak out. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, good. Wendy, are you considering a move? Is this the right time? Oh, I get a big yes on that, Wendy. And I would usually look at timing, but what I'm hearing is that you know what this time means, and so I'm not gonna hold you up there or hold this up with that. So yes, I get a big yes on that. Really good, really good. Daniel, your question about preparing for downfall or incline, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but don't prepare for downfall. Not going to, I can't really support a question like that. You don't prepare for a downfall. You apply common sense, intuition, and logic, and action from there. Okay? You don't prepare for things to get bad. Look, there's a lot of challenging things that are still to happen this year. I think we can all see that. I think we're all seeing that. There is a difference between pessimism and preparation. Okay? And so if I can just reframe your mind a little bit, it's what you're thinking. It isn't asking a question here. It's it is asking a question, but I'm asking it to you. It's rhetorical. It's what can you do to bring in stability more and more and more into your life, okay? Would you contemplate on that? Would you meditate on that? And whatever you like to do. But a downfall is not going to, focusing on a downfall is going to bring you one, and you deserve so much, much more. Okay. Tina. Hello, Tina. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay. What I got shown, Tina, actually for you is about what your signature frequency does. I don't know if you've been on and listening for the last, well, since I've been on today, but there are some practical questions getting asked, some general questions getting asked. But what I'm being shown here is what your frequency does. If you're not following what I mean by frequency, it's what our actual vibration does for and with and to people. It's the influence we have without doing anything, without saying anything. Okay, you walk into a room, you shift it. That's what our frequency does. It's what comes through our words, comes through our actions. Now, how you support other people with that, I'm just gonna offer this to you. One, it helps you. Your frequency helps people move through and let go of betrayal. It help people forgive themselves and other people. Okay. Number two, your frequency helps people reach completion and then move on from there. Number three, your frequency helps people be more efficient with their time and energy. Okay, that's the Queen of Swords. If you want to look that up, and in general, I think you would know this. Is how am I phrasing this? Have you ever noticed how people calm down around you? People might have told you that. People might have said, "Oh, I just feel calmer around you. I feel easier. I feel like ease around you." All of that. I'm even asking right now, why did she need to know that? And the answer I'm getting is about self-worth, self-value, and knowing that you are more than what you do, you are more than your work, you're more than your role as a family member and all of these things, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, lovely message. Okay. Joel offer coming in from an old boss. And Timothy, you're next, okay? A job offer coming in from an old boss, should you pursue it? I would say yes. There is some, what should we say, finessing, refining to do there. Possibly because there's history. I'm looking at the Seven of Cups here as of right now, and maybe it's just you questioning it. But yes, I from what it seems here, the money is decent. The person, and it supports the person you're becoming. Isn't it funny that sometimes it's people from our past who help us become the person we're going to be? Often, sometimes there have been people in my past I haven't wanted to speak to because I don't want to be pulled back. You probably had that experience. But he doesn't seem to be one of those people. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. Okay. Okay, Timothy. Just got to reshuffle here. let me put this in simple terms then, Timothy. I'm seeing a, what do they call it? I'm seeing a haste around you, H-A-S-T-E, a haste around you at the moment, or with you. That's right, picking up a haste from you. I want to say pour some water on that fire. You know, I saw something like this similar at the start of this reading, and in a different, actually in a stronger way, I want to tell you that okay, let me put it like this. I don't know that I believe in free will, because I believe we have coding in us that is hardwired for certain to achieve and do certain things. Where free will comes into that, where I can handle free will with that, is how we get from one to the next. Not if, but how. Like we can get from one thing to the next gracefully and efficiently, or we can act up and screw things up and go off the rails and all these things. So it's not an if, it's a when. It's it's not an if, and it's a when. So for you, I want to say just slow down. Yes, bring in some water to your world. You can probably hear I've got a fountain over there. Bring in the water element. There's a lot of fire around you here, but otherwise I've got the Fool card around here. I like it when the Fool card shows up because we don't make mistakes. And we've got, going from card 0, we've got card 21, all the other way around the circle. A full completion. And so I can promise you success, I can promise you happiness for this particular phase of your coding, as it were. It's done. And don't be in a hurry. Being in a hurry is not helping, it's not helping humanity right now, not helping us individually or collectively. And thank you for your question, Timothy. All right. Nicole. Sorry, I'm thirsty today, forgive me. It's been quite a long day. Nicole, I love this reading. I shouldn't say I love this reading. I should be detached. But I'm a human being, and I'm a human being that wants other human beings to be happy. Okay, so while I see some change going on, I'm also seeing you sort of diligently. I'm seeing you, as it were, with your eyes to the ground. This is just vernacular I'm using here. And those two things go really well together, because we only get freaked out about change when we're not prepared for it, or when we're not always prepared for change, but or if our eyes are off the wheel, so to speak. But I don't see that with you. I see, and I'm happy, right? I'm happy because with this sort of thing, people usually glide into change rather than a white knuckle ride. I'm seeing here. I've got a gentleman around you. Gentleman, if I can place an age, I'd say 50s, mid-50s, okay? I don't know what that's about. I don't have the time to get into that right now, but I like what I'm feeling from there. So, if I can just put that all together and say, answer the question you haven't asked, are you on track? Yes, you're on track. Yes, you're on track. Oh gosh, I want to say so much. All right. That's not, saying so much is not what today is about. All right, Darcy. And Karen, I will get to your car next. All right. Darcy, this is lovely. I see the, when I'm looking, because I want to give you a confirmation on this, okay? I see, like, when I'm looking back in the past a bit, you're kind of questioning and wondering and so on. But now, like, look, this is, I don't know if you're into this stuff, Darcy, but this card is the Ace of Cups, right? This is literally the card of the beginning of a heart connection, relationship, very much about relationship and love. I couldn't wish for more of for a better sign than that. And the card in the outcome is the Chariot. I feel like you'll go a long way together. Okay, take that how you will. And even the potential of working together as well, if you don't already do that. But yes, it's not just a good relationship, it's a purposeful one. I'm seeing you having you have a similar taste in music. I wondered looking at this, but the thing is, you're pulling in the same direction, right? All right. I'm sorry, you're bringing out the Jewish in me now. Mazel tov, Darcy. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. Okay, Karen. Okay. Do you have to look for a car, or is it going to find you? You have to go looking for a car. Sorry that took so long. I wanted to just have another look into it. But no, there's a car out there for you, absolutely. What's that colour? Arno's good with colours. It's sort of a cross between, it's sort of this colour. Darker than that, a bit darker than that. But yes, and by the way, your post today made me crack up. Karen Karenson. Oh my God. That's so funny. You're the best. Karen, by the way, who's on here, she does lots of lives as well. She's an amazing medium and does all this other stuff. Oh my God. It's Karen Whisperer if you're, yeah. Okay. Sorry, back to work. Hello, Mona. Mona and Hamar, I will go to you next. when I started putting cards down, Mona, they were saying, Spirit was saying, talk to her about life path. Okay, and a little challenging because that's a big conversation, and I don't have time for a big conversation here. But I want to say this, that, and I've got something specific to say, but I'm sorry, elephants. We have elephants upstairs. To remember that we exist, it's a human being, we exist in a continuum. And so something happens, and then something else happens, and then something else happens. Now, we get together like this, and it's all like, what's about to happen, right? But rather like synapses in the brain or some type of circuit, you change one thing, that changes something else, that changes something else. So, I'm seeing a big shift right now, okay? A big shift right now. After that, I'm seeing you kind of closing up, as it were. And I'm like, well, I don't want to see that. So I kept on looking, and it's then you open up, and it's like open up. Your gifts opening up, sharing them opens up. Okay. Something that I feel will tie this up for you, Mona, is if you would, I'll just use the word meditate on being seen, okay? Being seen. I don't love to be seen. I don't love it, but I accept it as a part of life, and I get on stuff like this, I get on and do stuff like that, because apart from anything else, I need to set an example for other people to do it, right? And it doesn't matter if I'm good at this or not good at this, the good thing is doing it, right? Because we have to be seen. Everyone has to be seen, right? We have to be visible, okay? And so when you feel the constricting in, I just want to say, Mona, it's all in your head, right? It's all in your head. Sorry, I just got distracted for a second. The important thing and what I'm invested in here right now is what happens once you open up after that, okay? And so, think about what being seen and being visible is, all right? We'll move on. I saw a question come up, Jonathan. Would you just type that in again because it's gone? I lost it. Okay. It pops up. I don't know how to get back to it right now. Or do I press this? No, don't know how to get back to it. If you're still on, Jonathan, please put that question in again. All right, Omar. Okay. It's not like an immediate thing, but I'm seeing like a drop in energy with and around you. As I'm putting cards down, I'm getting shown something else, Amar, which is for you to paint something, to actually do a painting. So let me give you the words. Let me give you the words soul child, S-O-U-L child, soul child. Okay. Would you put that into form? You don't feel you have to spend lots of time, and I'm going to explain why in a second. Don't feel like you have to spend lots of time on it, but just get it out, get it through you. Soul child, it's not for you, it's for someone else. It's for someone else. So why am I telling you to paint something for someone else? Because, one, because of the release of energy that comes when you do that. Well, that's already a good reason, isn't it? It's for someone else. Well, there's two reasons. How about that? There's two reasons. Get some reds in there. Get some reds and some deep blues, deep reds, deep red, deep blue, and some white in there, okay? And if anyone is watching me do this for the first time, just understand that, one, if I see something, I'm going to tell you. If I see something that looks to if I see a trajectory that's leading you to in a detrimental way, I'm also going to look for something that it will support you with that. Okay, so there's a lot of different elements to this. Well, that's just how I read. Okay, okay, Jonathan, I'm reading someone else right now. If you can get that question in literally now, I can read for you, Jonathan, for you, because I didn't see your question come up, and I've got about 5 more minutes. Okay. Robin made a decision of wanting to know if I made the right decision. So is everything going to work out the way I'm hoping? Okay. Just going to pause there, Robin. Was the girl who sold you ice cream in the mall Kayla, or was it a girl? I didn't know. Couldn't tell. She had a mask on. Okay. Right. I'm going to finish with Robin's question, and I'll get to yours. Okay. Jonathan. Okay, Robin. Okay. Is everything going to turn out how you hoped, Robin? My answer is no. But it is going to turn out exactly as it should. And I know that's a very vanilla, bland thing I've just said to you, but I'm saying that because I can see all the support around you with that, okay? So, remember, the word of 2020 is surrender, okay? You haven't made an erroneous decision, but your question was, is it going to turn out exactly as you hoped? And I'm getting it not exactly as you hoped here. But if I can just offer to you as you see that happening, steer yourself from disappointment to accepting and looking at what really is, okay? And Jonathan. I get that it was not her, Jonathan, okay? It was someone else. All right. So, I am out of time for today. Thank you all very much for being on. I think I've not gotten to a lot of you today, but that's what I can do. That's what I can do for these sessions, for these times. I started a membership page, Patreon page, which I put in the header of this post, and with that, people get. I can make sure people are put in particular groups to have direct readings, okay? Because right now I can't talk back to any of you. If you put a comment in, I'm not going to see it. But so what I'm doing with the Patreon page is I'm having groups, small groups, and I do readings for them every month, and I can, instead of like this where you're putting in one question and I'm just speaking directly to you, we can go back and forth a few times. So check that out if you would, patreon.com/Joshua Inacio. On Wednesday, I'm doing the causal body sound healing, be doing that over there. At 6 o'clock my time, not 7 o'clock. And on Saturday morning, I'm reviewing a book called Loving What Is by Byron Katie. It is so good. It's about It's about reframing our reality and understanding and accepting what reality in the current moment is. It's so simple, but it's so powerful and very easy to understand as well. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, guys. I watch the numbers just drop off as I get into the final minutes, which makes me very appreciative for the people that stick around to hear what I'm saying now. I really do. I really do. So why don't we take a breath together? I want to just say a prayer for you and your families, for everything you're doing, for everything you care about and everyone you care about. I say a prayer of hope and faith and peace, love and support to you. I pray that your needs are met. I pray that you're happy. I pray that you can see the rhythm of life as it currently is. Together with our minds and hearts connected like this, we send love to this planet, to the world, to humanity, knowing that that intention goes where it is needed. And it's needed a lot. We send out a vibration of balance, gratitude for our health, and we say thank you. God bless everyone. Thank you for being on and have a wonderful week.